mixing 2 recipes into one savory dish to try for dinner this week. Joining me now in this sponsored interview is Chef Jeff. He's from Smith's, and we're making twice-baked shepherd's pie potatoes. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm excited to make this. Tell us where this recipe comes from.
Okay, so I'm sure that this isn't the first time it's been done, but so growing up, my mom is actually Irish heritage. Her mother's last name is O'Brien, so if that gives it away, she's straight from Ireland. But anyway, my mom growing up would always make shepherd's pie, but then she would also make twice-baked potatoes all the time, and so I just figured it was a perfect match to kind of an ode to my mom.
Oh,
happy
this is for your mom.
Day.
I think you're combining 2 of my favorite dishes. Right? So mom's recipe,
yes.
What do we need to make it, Jeff?
Okay, so first things first is you need to get the right potato. These are the russets that you find not in a bag. These are in the produce at your local Smith's that are like set out individually. Okay. They're the bigger ones, and so these are the ones we want to use. You could use smaller, but maybe just wait.
But
these just work better. Yeah,
like we need the boat shape.
The smaller
to
potatoes won't do this.
Okay.
Or they do, but not as well. Go ahead and wash them, scrub them, and toss them in some oil and some salt.
I see the salt on the outside of this one.
Because if you're going to eat the skin, which I do, I love potato skin, salt them.
I kind of like, right? I like a little bit. I like a little skin, a lot of potato. So if you're going to do that, might as well have that oil and salt on the outside.
Yeah, and plus they get crispy that way too, which is kind of the goal. So they would go in a 400-degree oven for about an hour, hour and 10 minutes.
Okay.
And so that's where these are. And so they're going to be ready to do our
skin
potatoes.
And like scoop all the potato out.
I'll show you that in a minute, but let's get to the filling really quickly, and that's where I'm going to need your help, Nisha.
All right, I'll be your sous chef.
So in our pan here, we've got some ground beef. Interesting thing about shepherd's pie is shepherd's pie does not include ground beef. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah. So ground lamb is shepherd's pie. Cottage pie is ground beef.
Is ground beef. Okay,
so this is kind of a misnomer here.
We're going to mix it up a little bit today.
My mom called it that, so this is what it's going to be. So we've got ground beef, onion, garlic. So you're going to add to that some tomato sauce in that can.
This tomato sauce? Okay.
And then there's some beef broth.
Okay.
And then more Worcestershire.
I'm glad you said that, not me.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
What's that there, sauce?
Okay.
And then the spices are salt, pepper, parsley, thyme.
Salt, pepper, okay, just sprinkle those in there
sprinkle those in and give it a stir. And then what you would do is let this kind of simmer down and kind of thicken. In about 5 minutes of simmering, it would start to thicken up. Since we don't have that time, we're just going to have to pretend like that's what happened.
So I'll just make sure it's combined.
Just go ahead and completely mix it, and then once it's thickened down a little bit, then is when you put your veggies in there. It's just a mixture of corn, peas, and carrots. So if you want to throw those in there.
Usually this would be about 5 minutes before we'd add this. Okay.
Yeah, just until it thickens. It may happen quicker, but typically 5 minutes. Okay, so once you've got that stirred in there, that's the filling. That's it. So super easy.
Okay.
So the thing with these twice-baked potatoes is you need to deal with them while they're hot. It's hard to do mashed potatoes with cold potatoes. So either have your hot potato hands ready or wear gloves or something.
It's so true because they do burn your hands.
For sure.
You're like cutting through there.
So you cut through it and then get a spoon and just start to scoop.
Scoop.
And try to maintain the
integrity of the boat, of the potato
and
boat.
as you can see, I'm doing a horrible job at that.
But it's true.
But these ones here,
I think you let them sit.
Yeah,
it's so much easier when they're piping hot.
They will scoop lots better. So that's done. Okay, so potatoes. Secret with mashed potatoes: at any time you make mashed potatoes, hot cream and butter. Don't put cold cream and butter into hot potatoes because then the starches seize.
I feel like you just changed my life. I think I just get it out of the fridge and pour it in.
Yeah, don't do that.
No.
So for good fluffy mashed potatoes, use hot and hot.
Like warm it up with the butter.
Yep.
Okay.
So then you mash together, nice and beautiful. I have some already done here.
Beautifully mashed.
Beautifully mashed, and then to those I'm going to add some cheese.
Okay.
And then we'll be ready to build. So
I like everything in your mom's recipe.
Yeah.
Like I like the cheese part, the cream part, and the mashed potatoes, and then this came together quickly.
Yeah, so if you want to use that spoon right there, it might be easier. If you'll fill one of my boats with the filling.
Okay, so this goes first and then the potato?
Do the top, yep.
All right, and how much should I fill it with, Jeff?
I would just fill it. So this recipe will do 4 large potatoes, which makes 8 twice-baked potatoes.
I think it's so fun to have a new recipe for dinner. And combining 2 of the favorites. I mean, this week I was like, do I have to make dinner again? Didn't I do it last night?
Yeah.
Now you have a recipe.
And it's super easy. I mean, the hardest part is waiting for the potatoes to bake. But then you put your mashed potatoes on.
And Smith's, one of my favorite places to get everything you see here, everybody.
At a fantastic price,
Smith's
right?
by you. And if you're looking to save money, which we all are at the grocery store, that's the best place to do it.
And then, if you want, go ahead and use the fork and just put some lines in that.
Oh wait,
and
put
then
lines in it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, just like draw.
That's just the traditional thing to do with twice-baked potatoes.
Just make it pretty.
While you do that, I'm going to grab the finished ones out of the oven.
Okay. I'm just doing a design right here and right there, and that one's ready to go.
And voila.
Oh, I see about the lines now.
And then you would put them back in
so
the.
you can have that right there in
perfect.
front. I'll move that.
And then you would put them back in the oven for about 15 minutes. And then if you want to throw it under the broiler, that kind of helps them.
Because they're really just heating up at that point. Like everything's cooked.
Yeah, you're just reheating.
You're getting the cheese all melty. Look how beautiful those turn out.
Do you want to put some green on there for me, Nisha?
So just sprinkle a little bit of green onion
and
right there on top.
Those are twice baked shepherd's
Jeff,
cottage pie.
Outdid yourself, and so did your mother. If you need this recipe, everybody, Jeff, nice enough to share it. It's on our website. But also find a Smith's near you with the website right there on your screen. Of course, they're also on social media and our abc4.com/GTU.